Great. So far we're doing great. We are going to embed our image tag. This is right here. As you can see, we have this image right here. We also have a logo right here. Okay. So how do you bring logo and these? They are all images, right? They are all images. So how do we bring these images into our work? How do we do that? So in the previous videos, we've actually shown how to use the H1, H2, H3 up to H6, where you have the tag, opening tag here and closing tag here, and then you put in your text. And then we also showed how you use the paragraph. Okay. So you can have a paragraph. For the paragraph, you can put in your text. You can even put in image or video, whatever content. All you have to do is that you are just showing that all these things belong to one paragraph. Okay, that's what it is. And then you bring your paragraph. And then you remember we showed the horizontal line. But I realized the horizontal line didn't have a closing tag like the paragraph, right? So we call it a self-closing tag. And now we are going to image. When you want to bring an image into your HTML, assuming you are using word processor, you know all you have to do is you copy and you paste it, right? You copy your word and you paste it in, let's say, Canva or in PowerPoint. I think you will go to import and then you send it to your working area. So for the HTML, you can't just drag an image into HTML. Okay, you can't just copy and paste. I told you anything you send to an HTML boilerplate, you need to have a tag, okay, to introduce it. So if we are bringing in image, there should be a tag that introduces it, and this is the tag. Okay, when we add the elements, we add the image to it, then the whole thing becomes an element. Like this whole line from here to here is an element, but the P here and this one here, okay, these are the tags. Right, so you can see for our HTML image, we have it as self-closing. Let's see how HTML looks. HTML, this is how a typical HTML. Okay, you have it here, image, and then image is closed, right? And then we'll talk about the source, right? So image is closed, and then we will put something here, call it src, which is source, is equal to, this is sorry, this is how my the because I'm not texting in a real HTML, this is what I'm getting. Okay, so and then you put your source here, maybe www dot google .com, whatever you want to put here, slash or whatever, google slash blah blah blah, whatever URL you want to keep here. Okay, this is it. So this is what HTML, this is what W3 School is showing, that you have image source where we can locate your image. Okay, and then we have something also, this source, everything you are going to put inside the image tag is called an attribute. Okay, it's called an attribute. So source is equal to this image underscore girl.jpg. Okay, this shows JPG, you have SVG, you have PNG, whichever image tool you are using. And then we say alt girl in a jacket. What's the meaning of this? Alternative girl in a jacket. Alt, this alternative simply means someone who cannot see, okay? Someone who cannot see but is browsing, could be hearing, using a reader, and then we'll hear girl in a jacket that will describe the image to whoever is. So it depends on you how you want to describe your image. Okay. And then here we give the width and the height. You wouldn't really want to worry yourself with these attributes so much because you'll be using CSS mostly. So with CSS, we can have the width and we can have the height. All right, great. So let's go to our VS Code and then import some image. So you can go ahead and launch your VS Code. Okay, let's bring the boy image down here. Okay, we can have image, you know, that's img. You press enter, you can see the image starting from here and then here, and then it asks us the two most important things. It wants the source, okay, that's the URL or the address, and then the alternative, so that someone who cannot see can hear, okay, through a reader. So what is the source? We have two kinds of sources. We have an absolute source and we have a relative source. Here we are going to first, we are going to copy something from online, okay? And then we're also going to copy something from our own laptop, right? Something from our own hard disk, wherever you've saved it or whichever drive you are using. But then we are copying first something from online to see how it works if you are going to have an image that is already existing on some browser. Okay, great. So let's start from online, from someone's website, okay, from Wikipedia, and see how it goes. So you go to Wikipedia, the baby shark, okay, and then here you control and then you click it, or you right click, right? And then you come to copy image address, right? We want the address so that we'll put it in the source portion. So we copy image address, and then we go back to our VS Code, and then here we keep the tag right here. It's so long, but that's fine. That's it. You see it here. That's the boy's image, right? You can give an alternative to it. How do you want to describe this? A boy with his two palms together. You can describe it whichever way you think. A boy with his two palms together. Okay, so that's it. Now, you remember there is some logo at the top here, right? So before this H1 here, we also want to have the Wikipedia image logo. So image, and you hit enter. Now we need that address also. This time we are not going to copy that from, we are not going to do a direct internet import. Sometimes that's not safe because it means wherever you are having your image from, if that website is down, it means your viewers cannot see your images. Okay, so we are going to first copy the image into our hard disk, okay, and then from there into our own folder on our own computer, and then from there we will copy the address and put it here. So mind you, that address will not be a www or https, right? That is going to come from our own folder. So how do we do it? I'll come to, if you can see from the desktop here, I'll come to Baby Shark right here. There's a folder where I have my HTML, okay? And then you can see I saved a logo from online. I saved it here in this folder. So the index my VS Code right here is at the same level with this logo, right? They are both files in the same folder. Okay, if I have many images I'm importing, I may not make them simple files. I may want to create a new folder, right, and be putting all my images in it. If I create a new folder and put images in it, the address will also be different. Okay, the address will have to mention the folder before it mentions the files within the folder. But over here, because it is relatively at the same level, okay, with index HTML, I can just copy the name here. Okay, I can just copy the name. Okay, Command C, I have copied the name, wiki underscore logo dot svg. Remember to copy the name. Great. And then you go back to your VS Code. Okay. And then we paste it here. Okay, where the source is. You paste it right there. Control, Command V. You see, this is it. But it's so big. We'll do something about it, right? And then the Alt. Let me do something about the size. I'll say width. Okay, width is equal to, let's make it 70 pixel. You can see it's decreased now. Okay, when we use CSS, that's the work of CSS. Like I keep saying, we will use CSS to position it well. We use CSS to position all this well, to position this well. We'll use it to do the sizing. We don't want this one here. It probably will be somewhere here. Okay, we'll use CSS to do all of that. But just understand how HTML structures all these things. Okay, so this is the logo. We want someone who cannot see to be able to hear, so we will put it here in the alternative, and we say this is a Wikipedia logo, right? Great. So this is a Wikipedia logo. So a reader jumps over the image and then it will read Wikipedia logo. Great. So that is about it for inserting an image. Let's go to the next thing. I think we will do anchor tags, okay, for our hypertext in the next video. Thank you. See you there.